I'm a little bit more scared about how people are going to be able to play their Dragthyr. Okay, here we go. We got a Platinum WoW video, The Unknown Story of Kalecgos. I love these fucking videos so much. Platinum WoW is the best. Alright, here we go. Looks like he's making videos for his own channel again.
With the new expansion Dragonflight, there are a lot of characters returning back to the main story. One of these characters is the blue dragon Kalecgos, a character who is shrouded in mystery for most players. When asked who Kalecgos is, even the most lore-savvy players will respond with,
blue-haired dragon.
There's like an aspect in Cataclysm, and
that's who he is.
That's because his story was told to players over the past 15 years in 9 books.
That's ridiculous.
In the legendary quest line that was made for max level raiding caster DPS players in Cataclysm. So let's get to the bottom of this. Who is Kalecgos?
Let me repair
what is his purpose, and what is he planning to do in the
next expansion? That's a badass animation of Kalecgos.
But first, I have something to announce to you all. You may now only address me as Lord Platinum WoW, thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Established Titles. You see, with Established Titles, I now have a 1 square foot piece of dedicated land, which by Scottish customs mean that I can be referred to as a lord, and I get this lovely
I want to buy a piece of land in Scotland now. That's amazing.
But when it comes down to it, Established Titles offers a fun, novel way to help preserve the nature of Scotland, and are partnered with the global charities Trees for the Future and One Tree Planted, who plants a tree with every order. So not only are you saving the world, but you can also have the ability to officially include your Lord or Lady title on your credit card, your plane tickets, and dating profiles. And really, this will just make a perfect holiday gift for your loved ones. And the first 200 people purchasing a title pack using my link will effectively be next to my plot, meaning that we can forge the kingdom of Platinum WoW.
Wow.
That's actually wonderful. Just a beautiful preserved forest, but you get the idea. There's currently a Black Friday sale going on right now, and you can use my code PLAT for an additional 10% off. Go to establishedtitles.com/plat to get your gifts.
He's really selling. Is he selling the land or the title?
Thank you to Established Titles for sponsoring today's video.
That's hilarious.
Our story begins in a 3-part book series called Sunwell. Kalecgos is a member of the Blue Dragonflight and is an investigator of magical sources for Kalecgos, who is the leader of the Blue Dragonflight at this time. While many dragons choose their visage form to be as flamboyant and outrageous as possible, Kalecgos chose to be a simple half-elf human with blue hair and with as little polygons as possible. And in his human form, he would call himself Kalec. His reasoning for this is so that he could blend in with mortals and not intimidate them with some ridiculous form. Anyways, the Sunwell books are pretty complex and filled with minor plots and characters.
Hold on, what's going on here?
I'm just going to give you the gist of the story and how it affects Kalecgos. Also, to be blunt, the story isn't the best Warcraft has to offer, so, I won't bore you with the pointless details. But I will admit it does have some pretty cool art. Okay, so here's how it starts. Kalecgos gets attacked by dragon hunters, but is helped by a human woman named Anvina Teague. The two find out about a blood elf named Darkon Drathir, and he's trying to control the Sunwell, the most powerful font of magic in all of Azeroth, for his own nefarious needs. Darkon was previously the traitor who lowered Quel'Thalas's defenses, which allowed the Scourge to invade the city. And then a lot of stuff happens because this is a 3-part comic book series involving characters and plots that are not important to the story I'm trying to tell you today, so we're just going to skip over it for now. Okay, so Darkon then kidnaps Anvina and harvests her energy because she is actually
he's harvesting something from her, all right.
Of the powers of the Sunwell that was brought to life by the red dragon named Coral Straws, or Coral...
Some of these names.
Christ, and gave her fake memories of her past. He did this to hide the powers of the Sunwell from evil doers. Can we make sure everyone's
in the same Sofo instance?
Clearly,
I can't imagine why they wouldn't be.
In the climax of the comic, Avina's power is fully awakened, and she literally melts the flesh off of Darkon and saves the day. Despite being turned into literal ash, Darkon is later resurrected by the Scourge somehow and becomes a boss for a low-level group quest in the Ghostlands. The truth of Avina's true identity remains hidden, and Kalecgos is her protector, and they become romantically involved, meaning that Kalecgos probably got intimate with the most powerful font of magic in all of Azeroth. The next time their story continues is in the Burning Crusade expansion. Kalecgos and Anvina remain in Quel'Thalas, but are interrupted by an enemy players might be familiar with.
I know what you're thinking,
Oh, man.
but Tempest Keep was merely a setback.
Kalecgos Sunstrider shows
How many
up
times
after
has he
his
died
defeat
now?
in Tempest Keep earlier in the expansion and takes over control of the Sunwell with his demon army and tries to summon Kil'jaeden with the powers of the well.
I need your help. Cannot resist him much longer.
Kalecgos is possessed by a dreadlord named Sakrovar, and lore-wise, it is
Fucking
Alliance
dreadlords always
players
messing
that
shit
free
up.
him.
I am forever in your debt. Once we have triumphed over Kil'jaeden, this entire world will be in your debt as well.
All my plans have led to this. Drain the girl. Drain her power
drain the
until
girl.
there is nothing but a vacant shell.
Oh, God.
At the end of the raid, Anvina is captured, and her power is used to summon
I didn't know this
Kil'jaeden,
part of the lore
but she
for the raid.
ultimately sacrifices herself to stop the demon lord from entering Azeroth.
Anvina, I love you. Focus on my voice. Come back for me now.
Kalecg? Kalecg? But I'm lost. I cannot find my way back.
Only you can cleanse the Sunwell.
The nightmare is
cleanse
over.
that shit. Cleanse
the
it.
spell is broken. Goodbye, Kalecg, my love.
Vino sounds like lotion it does.
Goodbye, Anvina, my love. Few will remember your name,
Emotional
yet this day will
damage!
change the course of destiny. What was once corrupt is now pure. Heroes, do not let her sacrifice be in vain.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, who is she again?
Yeah, that's basically us. I didn't even know she existed when we did this raid.
Kalecgos is now really, really sad, and his story continues in the book Night of the Dragon. Now, the main
Okay.
plot of this book deals with Sinistharia, and Kalecgos is just one of the many characters in the book, and since the plot doesn't directly involve him, I'm just going to skip over this one.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Malygos, the leader of the Blue
This is
Dragonflight,
normal, yes.
goes crazy and wants to hoard all of the magic on Azeroth and kill all mortals. He is slain by the player characters, meaning that the Blue Dragonflight is left without a leader. Flash forward to the
Damn.
Cataclysm expansion, and Kalecgos plays a huge role in the questline where players can obtain the legendary staff.
This is the
called
first time I really
Dragonwrath.
remember Kalecgos in
During
game.
the questline, the Blue
Cataclysm.
Dragons are electing a new leader for their flight. Their choice was between Kalecgos and another dragon named Argos, because, well, there aren't really any other fleshed out Blue Dragon characters that are alive.
Yeah, basically.
So
Kalecgos'
this is the best
model
we
is
got.
so much better.
Argos thought that the Blue Dragon should withdraw from the world affairs, but Kalecgos thought the total opposite. Both met during an event called the Embrace, an event that happens every 430 years where Azeroth's two moons overlap each other, and this is the only time a dragon can turn into an aspect. How convenient. But, oh shit, Argos is actually working for Deathwing.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we did this instance. We killed him. That's right. I hated this instance.
And once this new
I
order
freaking
is
hated this
established,
instance.
My place will be secure, yes?
Your reign over the realm of magic will be absolute.
Let's roll,
Argos
Sam. Oh,
then
yeah, we're going
secretly
to.
sends
We're almost
Twilight
ready here.
dragons to kill Kalecgos, but another blue dragon named Terragosa sacrifices herself to save him.
Dragtheer dance party? Yeah, jeez. There are so many Dragtheer in this raid. Damn.
And during the Embrace, the magical powers that be decided to make Kalecgos the new blue dragon aspect.
Yeah,
Argos
good choice.
gets really pissed off and leaves.
Fools! Neltharion, take you all!
What a bitch. He got mad.
Our story then continues in the Twilight of the Aspects book. Argos sends Twilight
Any
dragons
room
to
for an
kill
invoker
Kalecgos,
healer,
but he
Sam?
beats them all
It's,
up with his newfound powers.
we're capped
and then
right
they
now.
retreat back to
I'm not
Winter's
gonna lie.
Temple. Kalecgos follows them, but is attacked
But I'm
by
sure there will be.
a five-headed dragon named Chromatus.
Yeah,
who's
we know
super
Chromatus.
powerful, and he's forced to retreat. All of the aspects then meet up and perform a ritual led by Thrall, where they all hold hands and shoot a friendship white fire breath at
Great.
Chromatus, which knocks him out.
With our powers combined.
Look, This book is the most ridiculous Warcraft literature imaginable. Also in this book, there's an alternate timeline version of Thrall's old slave master, who is now an expert assassin and tries to kill Thrall. Maybe I can go into more detail about this book in another video, okay?
What the hell?
Kalecgos helps kill Deathwing and loses his powers as an aspect, along with all the other aspects afterwards. He had the powers of an aspect for like 2 days, and the rest of the aspects had them for like
now we got to get
tens
their
of
powers
thousands of
back.
years. He is still strong, but not super strong. And our story continues in another book called Tides of War, which is actually one of the best written Warcraft books out there.
Did he fuck
That being
Jaina?
said, the
Honest
story
question.
begins with Kalecgos deciding to move a powerful artifact called the Focusing Iris to a safe location. The artifact had been used by Malygos previously to hoard the use of magic, so to ensure that it could not fall in the wrong hands
I think
again,
so now. Yeah, I think I do
Kalecgos
too.
encased it in ice,
They were very
put a
friendly
magical
during
ward
that
on
expansion.
it, and threw it in the bottom of the ocean. But during the transport of the artifact to the bottom of the ocean, it was snatched up by someone.
Of course it was.
Something. As former aspect, Kalecgos deemed tracking down the iris as his responsibility. While searching for clues, he suggested the meetup with Jaina Proudmoore.
There we go.
Hey, my name is Kalecgos, and I'm a blue dragon, and I need
Jaina's
your
right, yeah.
help. Oh, you like magic? I like magic too. Yeah, you also remind me of my most powerful font of magic on Azeroth girlfriend, and I think
yeah.
that's pretty cool.
They fucked.
During their studies together, they realized that
fucked.
the Focusing Iris was impossible to track, as it was constantly changing locations. To make matters worse, Garrosh Hellscream and his Horde army had
Yeah, they
claimed
met up
Northwatch
hard.
Hold to the north, and surely they'd attempt to claim Theramore next. Jaina gathered the Alliance's most powerful soldiers, from the Council of Six in Dalaran to the Adal Shatari forces.
Sure.
The Horde assaulted Theramore with a small army that was easily repelled. Little did the Alliance know that this was a feint
Yeah,
attack, an attack
Theramore gets
whose only
nuked.
purpose was to trick the Alliance into amassing their most powerful warriors. Then, Garrosh
This is honestly a
Hellscream
good plan by
revealed that
Garrosh.
he
Like,
was using the
military-wise,
Focusing
this was a
Iris
good
to
plan.
make a giant mana bomb and
Yeah, this was
drop
a good
it on
plan.
Theramore. Jaina, Kalec, and other allies jumped through a portal before the blast.
This
and
was
the
probably
entire
one of the
city
best
was
victories
leveled.
the Horde ever had against the Alliance. The Horde's lost a lot of battles to the Alliance, but that was a
After the
big
dust
one.
settled,
Big victory, man.
Jaina
Big
was
W
enraged
for
and would
Garrosh.
stop at nothing to enact revenge. She returned to the rebel of her city, and the Focusing Iris
do you think
rested
the
in a
devil
crater.
was?
She took the artifact, traveled to Frey Island, and summoned thousands of water elementals into a giant tidal wave to wipe out the entire city of Orgrimmar, destroying the capital of the Horde and all the
Shit,
civilians.
man, Jaina
within
was
it.
in-
But Thrall and Kalecgos stopped her and was all like, "Yo, chill out." Afterwards, the Focusing Iris was transported to Dalaran for safekeeping, and the Blue Dragonflight realized they kind of suck at their
think it's
job at
still there.
protecting magic across Azeroth, and they completely dissolved. Meaning, all of the Blue Dragons went their own separate ways, no longer unified by a single cause. Kalecgos then became a member of the Kirin Tor in Dalaran, and started a romance with Jaina. Apparently, the Blue Dragon had a thing for blonde-haired magical women. Kalecgos was then in the Dawn of the Aspects book, driven crazy by the Spark of Tyr. Basically, this entire book is him observing the ancient history of dragons, and he's kind of just an observer, and the real story is the ancient history of dragons. Next season, the War Crimes book, he fights an evil version of himself who didn't stop Jaina from destroying Orgrimmar. It's as
what?
confusing as it sounds. In my Wrathion
Oh,
video,
yeah, I remember
goes
this
into more
stuff. This
detail
was
about
weird. Yeah, this was
whole
weird.
event. During Miss
I remember this.
Pandaria, Jaina kind of sort of murdered Sunreaver Blood Elves in cold blood for helping construct the mana bomb that destroyed her city.
Yeah, this was when
Afterwards,
Jaina
Kalecgos
was
would
like
take her
full on
place in the Council of
PMSing and
Six.
killing everybody.
Flash forward to Legion, and Kalecgos kind of just becomes a talking head that directs players to do quests. Also,
was
the
a quest
Focusing
giver.
Iris was
That's
stolen
it.
again by Archmage Xylem, who takes it back to the Eye of Eternity, and is a Mage Tower challenge for players, and he goes,
Yeah.
Drained of magic, your world will be ripe for destruction by my demon masters.
Then Kalecgos is in the Before the Storm book and has a scene talking about his
hell?
feelings with Jaina. It's very dramatic and very dialogue focused, and they break up.
Yeah, they fucked. Yeah, they
It's
fucked.
honestly pretty boring, so just read this paragraph if that interests you.
No,
And finally, Kalecgos is in battle for Azeroth, where he is still, again, kind of just a talking head that directs players to do random quests.
Kalecgos,
and
the
he has
quest
the heart
giver.
of Azeroth empowered by all of the dragonflights. Look, in summary, Kalecgos has been in this game's lore for over 15 years, and it feels like Blizzard has no idea what to do with him. A majority of his story
Yeah,
has
well,
been
he's
told
in the
through
opening
external
cinematic
books,
now that we
and
played
he's mainly
yesterday,
just
so
been a figurehead to hand out quests.
he's gonna
or
play a
be
role.
Jaina's foil to serve as the evolution of her character. Compare this to a similar character like Wrathion, who has had a clear evolution of his personality that has been shaped over the last decade of his existence.
He's become
Now, that
handsome,
being said,
too.
Kalecgos will be returning in Dragonflight and is attempting to reform the blue Dragonflight
What
to
a
face the
badass-
new
his new
danger
model's
spirits
so
on the
nice. This is a
Dragon
really cool
Isles.
animation,
Hopefully
by the
during
way,
the
on the screen.
expansion, we can get more insight on his character in-game, and most importantly,
No bullshit, she
rejoice
could have
in the
wiped the horde
fact
out. She
he
probably
got a
could have.
model
She was
update,
insane.
Because by the light, look, Kalecgos, I ain't gonna lie to you.
The
You
old
were
Kalecgos
ugly.
model was bad. Well, that was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, we'll be seeing more of Kalecgos, that's for sure. Whether he fucks Jaina again, I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully. Alright. Let's do this. Let's do this.